Imagine for a moment your birthday arrives and the morning light simply spills across your room like any other Tuesday. No grand symphony of excited texts, no buzzing anticipation for surprise plans, just the familiar hum of the refrigerator and the quiet certainty of your usual obligations unfolding. For many, this scenario might sound jarring, even profoundly sad. It conflicts with a deeply ingrained cultural expectation of fanfare, of being the center of attention. But what if this seemingly understated approach to one's special day isn't a sign of indifference or even sadness at all? What if, instead, it reveals a profound psychological posture of inner strength, of deep self-sufficiency, and a remarkably sophisticated form of emotional maturity? We are conditioned to believe birthdays demand a certain kind of celebration, a spotlight moment, a public declaration of worth. Yet, for a significant and often misunderstood number of individuals, the very notion of such elaborate fanfare feels not just unnecessary, but perhaps even slightly jarring. Today, we are going to peel back the layers of this quiet psychology, exploring what it truly reveals about our inner world, our deepest values, and the sometimes surprising architecture of our relationship with ourselves. As we embark on this journey of insight, I invite you to gently reflect on your own relationship with celebration, with external validation, and with your personal sense of worth. Perhaps you will find a quiet resonance in these insights, or perhaps a new understanding will bloom. If this perspective sparks curiosity within you, consider joining our community for deeper explorations into human behavior and emotional awareness. The mainstream narrative around birthdays is undeniably one of spectacle. Our social media feeds are awash with carefully curated moments, extravagant parties, perfectly posed photos, cascades of well wishes, all building a performative display of affection and self-congratulation. It's an unspoken competition for who is most loved, most celebrated, most worthy of public adoration. So when someone navigates their own birthday with a quiet calm, an understated ease, it stands in stark, almost defiant contrast to this societal script. It challenges our default programming, our ingrained assumptions about how joy should look. But let's be clear, this isn't about rejecting joy itself. Far from it. This is about a radical redefinition of where joy truly originates. For these individuals, life isn't lived and celebrated solely in the ceremonial, the grand, or the designated milestone. It is lived and deeply appreciated in the ordinary. There is a profound simplicity at play here, almost an emotional minimalism applied to what others consider peak events. They do not see their birthday as requiring grand gestures because their everyday life is already rich in meaning, discovered in the quiet consistency of daily living, in the small, consistent victories, the profound peace of routine. It compels us to ask, what truly constitutes a meaningful day? Is it one designated by a calendar, dictated by tradition, or is it one meticulously crafted by our ongoing choices, our mindful presence in each unfolding moment? Think about that for a moment. What is your very first unfiltered reaction to someone treating their birthday like just another day? Does it genuinely surprise you, or can you perhaps, in some subtle way, relate? Share your thoughts below. Your perspective enriches our collective understanding. This leads us directly to one of the most significant psychological traits illuminating this behavior, a remarkably low need for external validation. In a world that often feels like a relentless pursuit of affirmation, from social media likes and comments to public recognition and enthusiastic birthday wishes, these individuals stand as quiet rebels. Their self-esteem is not a fragile entity, a delicate flower waiting to be propped up by the appreciative glances or celebratory messages of others. No. Their worth is internally anchored, a deep-seated knowing rooted in their own understanding of their value, their accomplishments, and their inherent place in the world. They do not rely on others to affirm their existence or to validate the profound significance of their life's journey. This is not arrogance. It is a deep, settled, and quiet confidence. Consider the sheer volume of emotional energy we often expend, hoping others will remember, will celebrate, will acknowledge us on that particular day. For those who treat their birthday like any other, that intense emotional labor is simply absent. It is redirected, channeled towards pursuits that genuinely fuel their internal compass, that resonate with their deepest purpose, or that simply bring them peace. This is, in its purest form, a powerful lesson in emotional self-sufficiency, a testament to a self that truly stands alone, yet connected. This perspective frequently aligns with a profound and mature understanding of time itself. These individuals recognize that a birthday, at its deepest core, is merely another rotation of the Earth around the sun, another tick of the clock in the grand, continuous, and indifferent flow of time. There is an acceptance of aging, not as something to be fought with frantic distraction or lamented with grand, compensatory celebrations, but as a natural, integrated, and indeed beautiful part of life's continuous unfolding. This isn't about denying the passage of time or ignoring its effects. It's about embracing it without the artificial benchmarks of happiness that society so often imposes. They grasp that true growth, profound wisdom, and authentic joy are not confined to a single designated day of the year. They understand, with a clarity many struggle to attain, that every single day holds immense potential, and that clinging to the expectation of one extraordinary day can, ironically, often lead to disappointment when reality inevitably falls short. Does the very idea of a milestone birthday, with its accompanying societal pressure, perhaps add more weight and anxiety for you than genuine joy? Pause and really consider that question, allowing the truth to surface. Another defining hallmark we often observe is a fierce and unwavering independence. We exist within cultures where social expectations operate as powerful, invisible currents, subtly yet forcefully pushing us towards conformity, especially around significant celebrations. To resist this tide, to quietly and intentionally decide that one's birthday will not be a source of external pressure or a demand for performance, requires significant personal autonomy. It is a conscious, deliberate choice to live by one's own internal rhythm rather than frantically dancing to the insistent beat of the societal drum. This isn't about being antisocial or rejecting human connection. It is about being authentically oneself, honoring one's true inclinations, even when that means diverging significantly from the perceived norm. Their choices reflect a deep personal sovereignty, a powerful declaration that their happiness and their chosen rituals, or lack thereof, are entirely self-defined. This kind of independence is profoundly liberating, freeing up immense mental and emotional space from the burdensome obligation of performative celebration, allowing it to be used for genuine growth and connection. For these individuals, there is often a profound and almost sacred focus on everyday meaning. They do not hoard their joy, waiting with bated breath for one specific date to unleash it. Instead, they find immense richness and deep significance in the mundane, in the quiet victories of a productive day, the small, unexpected acts of kindness, the comforting rhythm of daily routines. The perfect cup of coffee savored in silence, a meaningful conversation with a trusted friend, the deep satisfaction of a challenging task finally completed. These, for them, are the truest celebrations. This mindset values consistency over spectacle, preferring the steady, warm glow of contentment that permeates daily life to the fleeting, transient brilliance of a singular, highly anticipated event. It serves as a powerful counter-narrative to the consumerist drive that so often infiltrates and even dictates our celebrations, gently reminding us that true, lasting fulfillment is most often found in the overlooked, the quiet, the consistently present moments of life. Where do you find more profound joy? In the steady comforts of your daily routines and small, thoughtful moments, or in the grand, often rare milestone events? And for some, there is a strong, undeniable element of pragmatism. These are individuals who might genuinely see birthdays as impractical distractions from their deeper work, their profound sense of purpose, or their ongoing, deeply absorbing projects. These are the people who prioritize productivity, who find immense and genuine satisfaction in their craft or their mission, and for whom an entire day or even a weekend dedicated to self-congratulation simply does not align with their internal drive or their personal values. They may not be averse to a quiet, intimate dinner or a simple, heartfelt acknowledgement from loved ones. But the idea of an elaborate party or a forced period of self-celebration often feels like an unwelcome interruption to their creative flow, their focus, or their deep immersion in their work. Their priorities are meticulously clear, and often their purpose takes profound precedence over pomp and circumstance. Finally, and perhaps most subtly, for some, this approach to their birthday can be an act of quiet, profound resilience, carefully forged from past experiences. Birthdays, for many, can carry immense emotional weight. They can be stark reminders of deeply felt loss, of past disappointments that linger, of unfulfilled expectations that ache, or even of challenging, complicated family dynamics that make celebration fraught. For these individuals, treating a birthday like any other normal day can be a gentle yet extraordinarily powerful act of self-protection. It is a wise and conscious way to navigate a potentially painful or emotionally charged date without inviting further emotional vulnerability or succumbing to the intense pressure to perform an outward happiness that may not be genuinely felt within. This is not about being unfeeling or disconnected. It is about a wise, deeply attuned self-preservation, choosing inner peace and authentic calm over a potentially turbulent and emotionally charged landscape. It stands as a silent testament to their incredible inner strength, their capacity to adapt to and honor their own emotional needs, even when those needs diverge sharply from societal norms. When we zoom out and embrace the larger, more expansive picture, what reveals itself is something truly beautiful, something deeply authentic. Those who choose to treat their birthday like a normal day often embody a quiet yet unshakable confidence, a profound authenticity, and an inner steadiness that resonates with deep wisdom. They do not, in any sense, reject joy. Instead, they simply reject the rigid idea that joy must be tied to a specific calendar date, meticulously curated for public consumption, or loudly announced to the world to be valid. Their approach reflects a profound and deeply personal philosophy, that life's deepest meaning and most authentic joys are found not in ritualized milestones, but in the everyday unfolding in the continuous, often unglamorous process of being, doing, and growing. Their self-worth doesn't need to be announced to be truly felt. It is a quiet, powerful presence that radiates from deep within their being. So, whether you choose to celebrate loudly with confetti and cherished friends, or whether you navigate your birthday with the serene, calm, and quiet reflection of any other day, remember this: true psychological health, lasting contentment, and authentic happiness truly begin when we define worth and joy entirely on our own terms. There is immense, untapped strength in honoring your own unique emotional rhythm, in cultivating a self-esteem that is genuinely internal and unswayed by external pressures, and in discovering profound meaning in the quiet, undeniable authenticity of your daily existence. It is a powerful reminder that true emotional depth, true inner richness, so often expresses itself through elegant simplicity, not through outward display or performance. Embrace your unique and deeply personal approach to life's extraordinary journey, knowing that your inner world is vast, rich, complex, and entirely your own. If these insights resonated with you, if they sparked a moment of understanding or self-reflection, please give us a like, share this perspective with someone who might need to hear it, and join our community for many more psychological deep dives into the human experience. Your journey of self-discovery, of self-definition continues.